New Japan Pro Wrestling, New Beginning in Sapporo just took place yesterday and this morning, Friday and Saturday, respectively. We had a lot of big singles matches, a lot of big title matches, big tag team matches. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So if this is your first time checking this out, please be sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Price of subscription is $3.99. Now, the show that took place on Friday, I didn't see much of the undercard, so I'm not really going to go over the undercard. I'll just kind of briefly talk about the results from the undercard. So first match, we had Zack Sabre Jr. tapping out Yuji Nagata in about 7 minutes, almost 8 minutes right here. Second match, we had the House of Torture's Narita getting the victory over Togi, Makabe, Ryusuke, Taguchi, and Boltin Oleg with the double cross. Match number 3, we had Okada defeating United Empire, Callum Newman, with a Rainmaker around 11 minutes in an 8-man tag match, teaming up with Tomohiro, Ishii, YOSHI-HASHI, and Yo, taking on United Empire's Great-O-Khan, Francesco, Akira, and Jeff Cobb. And then we have a 10-man tag team match, Shingo Takagi getting the victory over Taka Michinoku, just 5 guys versus LIJ. So we got the victory right here, the win. And then this is the first match I saw coming up, taking place on the show. We had for the IWGP Women's Championship, we had Mayu Iwatani taking on and defeating Mina Shirakawa. She got the victory in almost 12 and a half minutes right here via the 2-step dragon suplex. I like this match. I know a little bit more about Mayu than I know about Minka. So I didn't know if there were any story implications between these two ladies, but from what I saw, I enjoyed the match immensely. I think they put on good work out there, and I was a fan. So they did what they needed to do as far as I'm concerned. Then we have our next title match of the show for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. We have the champion attempting to make his second defense. He's currently the 94th champion as well. El Desperado taking on the House of Torture's show right here. So I believe there was a stipulation to where if El Desperado was counted out, even if he was disqualified, he would have lost the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. And that's what happened here. He pretty much had the match, I want to say, in hand, in control for the most part. But towards the end of the match, El Desperado got choked out by Narita, got counted out. So Show is now the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. So this begs a question. Is this going to be a time for New Japan to maybe send El Desperado up to the heavyweight division? So, he's been having a lot of heavyweight matches with guys like Moxley, Homicide, other likes over the last calendar year or so. So I don't think that'd be too out of the realm of possibility. But he just dropped this Junior Heavyweight Championship in a very strong way because he didn't get pinned nor submit. So smart way to put that belt on Show, if you ask me. Speaking of the House of Torture, we have for the Never Openweight Championship, we have the King of Darkness, the 43rd champion, Evil, attempting to make his first defense, taking on and defeating Shota Umino here. About 16 minutes. This is what you'd expect with House of Torture. Honestly, you already know what it is with them. I like how Evil has spray painted the Never Openweight Championship completely black. It's almost like darkness has literally shrouded that belt. And I'm interested to see once someone takes it off of them, what's going to be the paint removal process, because I know there's red paint under that black spray paint. So when they remove it, they're probably just going to have to get a whole new paint job. It's probably what's going to happen. But Evil retains his title, and House of Torture is looking pretty strong on the evening right now. They're looking pretty damn. They've won all 3 of the matches that they're in. So speaking of looking strong and speaking of looking dominant, we had Matt Riddle taking on and defeating Hiroshi Tanahashi, attempting to make a second defense of the World Television Championship. He got the victory a little under 9 minutes via the Bro Derek. We now have a new World Television Champion. I know a lot of people are upset about that. I'm not mad at it. I'm not happy about it. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. It is what it is. Like, I figured Tanahashi was not going to have that belt for an extremely long time. I think he even hurt his ankle. I don't know if that's kayfabe or legit, but I think he did hurt his ankle. So if he hurt his ankle, maybe they did pull an audible and had Matt Riddle get the victory. And I don't know. We just knew Tanahashi wasn't going to have that belt for a very long time, and I thought the match was fine for what it was. I like the quickness of the TV title matches. This is one of my favorite things and favorite aesthetics about it. And in the main event of the show on Friday, we have for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship, easy for me to say, we had Nick Nemeth taking on and defeating the current champion David Finlay, who hadn't even made a first defense yet. He got the victory via the Danger Zone, otherwise known as the Zigzag. Little over 23 minutes. I thought this was a solid match, man. I like I like Nick Nemeth in New Japan. I think he fits. He cut a fiery babyface promo post-match. He had a shiner in this match as well. No, I thought it was a solid match. And one thing with him winning that title is I know a lot of people are surprised about it, but this kind of gives New Japan leverage to at least have him back over for another tour and to, use him to garner ticket sales for another tour. So that's smart on New Japan's behalf. So I don't really blame them on that. And now, I mean, where does David Finlay go from here? Does he attempt to challenge for that belt again? Or does he go to the New Japan Cup and attempt to go after the World Heavyweight Championship? So we'll keep our eyes on that. So we might as well migrate to the show that just took place a few hours ago. I believe it was in the same stadium. It was in the same Hokkaido stadium right here. So undercard matches, I saw briefly a little bit of them. We had Boltin, Oleg, Togi, Makabe, El Desperado, and Shota Umino getting the dub over the House of Torture. He got the victory over Yoshinobu Kanemaru with the Death Rider. Like I said, it's about 8 minutes right here. It was give or take. It was okay. Whatever, So then the second 10-man tag, we had YOSHI-HASHI, Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, Kazuchika Okada, Toru Yano taking on Francesco, Akira, Great-O-Khan, Jeff Cobb, Callum Newman, and Matt Riddle, the new TV champion. So United Empire plus Matt Riddle, forever long that lasts. Rainmaker victory over Callum Newman pretty much as the night before. We have a embracing of hugs and handshakes with the Chaos guys. I believe YOSHI-HASHI and Toru Yano had Okada shirts on, so that was actually a nice touch right there. But yeah, I thought that was a solid 10-man tag, and for all intents and purposes, that was Okada's last match as a contracted New Japan wrestler. So speaking of last matches as contracted New Japan wrestlers, we have G.O.D. versus G.O.D. coming up next. We had Tama Tonga taking on El Phantasmo Hikuleo right here. So this is pretty much a send-off match for Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa. I don't know if Tanga Loa is going, but I know this is definitely Tama's last match over here in New Japan. So I don't know what's going to be up with Tanga Loa, but they came out in their old school, it's funny to say old school, their old school Gorillas of Destiny's garb. They had the face paint. It was rocking pretty well. They came out to the old Gorillas theme, the Gorilla Tactics. That shit went hard, man. I forgot. It brought back memories, that theme. But we get the team of ELP and Hikuleo getting a victory over Tama Tonga with the Godsend. Tama Tonga highly emotional after the match, as you expect them to be. I thought this was a fine match, and it was really just a kind of a thank you, a celebration of Tama Tonga's New Japan tenure. So thank you, Tama, man. You sent me a cameo a couple years back, so I appreciate you. Moving on, another tag team match on the show. We have Ryusuke Taguchi teaming up with Nick Nemeth, the new global heavyweight champion, taking on the War Dog Bullet Club's Geto and David Finlay right here. We get the War Dog Bullet Clubs taking an L. Nick Nemeth hits Geto with the Danger Zone. David Finlay is kind of on the losing snide right now, so we'll see where he goes from here. But Taguchi and Nick Nemeth get the victory post-match. Nick Nemeth expressed desires to win a tag with Tanahashi in the tag team. Also expressed desires to maybe wrestle him for that global championship at some point. So it looks like we don't know when, but that's going to be a match we're getting is Nick Nemeth versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. So keep your eyes on that. Now we have our singles matches. This is where we get into the LIJ versus Just Five Guys. So the first singles match we have right here, we have Bushi, Taka Michinoku. Bushi's looking for a little bit of comeuppance because earlier in the tour, Taka Michinoku actually got a victory over him, and that was thoroughly surprising to me. But victory. But Bushi does get his revenge. He gets his comeuppance right here. He beats Taka Michinoku around 9 minutes with a modified figure four. Thought this was solid. Didn't really go to the next gear or anything, but it was just a fine match between two professionals. And I don't mean that, just a flippant term. I mean, these are two quality guys, and it was just a solid match. So moving on up the card, and this match, these guys ramped it up. Not just a little bit. They ramped it up quite a bit. We have Hiromu Takahashi versus Doki right here. Doki getting a victory. Round 15 minutes with a suplex de la Luna. This was a banger, bro. Hiromu and Doki, they haven't really interacted much in singles action over here in New Japan, I feel. But whenever they do, it's damn near chef kiss status right here. And so me personally, if you've listened to my preview of this, you will know that I went 5-0 for the main event for the Just Five Guys versus LIJ matches. I went 5-0. So got to give myself a Barry Horowitz pat on the back right there. But Doki gets the victory via the suplex de la Luna. So now we're evened up. LIJ 1, Just Five Guys 1. So moving on up the card, singles match right here. We have Taichi taking on and defeating Shingo Takagi. He got the victory via the dangerous backdrop. Around 18 or 17 and a half minutes, I believe. This was solid. Fans of both of these guys. And this is kind of, I knew how this match was going to go as far as victory-wise because tit for tat. One stable wins, another stable wins. So I knew Taichi was going to get this victory right here, and then that has kind of sealed what I thought was going to happen in the next match. So Taichi gets the victory for just 5 guys, up in his claim a little bit, and he went to the commentary table where Okada was, and he just kind of like gave him like a little wave. It was kind of funny. Like, you just had to see it was kind of funny. So moving up to the penultimate match of the show, hair versus hair. We had Yota taking on and defeating Yuya Uemura. He got the victory via the Gene Blaster. This is a solid. Both of these guys, and this is what I'm talking about. And I've said this, I don't know. I don't know if I said this many times, but I'm definitely saying it now. This is why when you have guys like Okada, guys like Will Ospreay, hell, guys like Switchblade Jay White, when they leave and depart, we got people over here. I say we, like I'm a part of the company. New Japan has people over here that can step up and fill the role. They look at the young guys they have now. They have Shota Umino. They have Yota Tsuji. They have Yuya Uemura. 2 of the guys in this match right here in this hair versus hair match. And Yuya Uemura first gets his ponytail cut off post match, man, and it was just that was a lot of hair that he just got cut off. Then he just cuts a big ass fucking this reverse mohawk in his head, and he walks out the ring. So I wonder he's going to have this traditionally bald. That's usually with New Japan, whenever they do hair versus hair matches, they don't pussy out like I want to say WWE does, and they kind of have a loose. Oh, they have short hair now, like Jeff Jarrett when he wrestled X-Pac a couple years ago or something like that. It's like, no, if there's a hair versus hair match, they're bald. So we're probably going to see Yuya Uemura bald for a nice little bit. And in the main event, we had the reigning IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Tetsuya Naito attempting to make his first defense against his former stablemate, the guy that he took the belt from in the Tokyo Dome, Sonata right here. So he got the victory in about 24 and a half minutes. I thought this match was okay. I thought the match at Wrestle Kingdom was better, this in my opinion. I do like one of the spots that they botched, but they turned it into a guillotine. I thought that was actually smart. That was a smart play by, I don't know if that was a Naito or a Sonata call. I thought that was a really smart play, whoever called it. But he gets the victory via the inside cradle, and it's kind of like, I believe it was an unspoken stipulation that neither one of these guys would challenge for a while. I think I could have swore neither one of them would be in a New Japan Cup, whoever lost. So I guess coming up down the road, we'll figure out what's going on with that. But Tetsuya Naito retains the championship, and I thought the match that I thought was decent. Like I said, I thought the Wrestle Kingdom match was better, but I do like you protect Sonata a little bit, have them take that inside cradle as opposed to a Destino, which, would have made that very much more decisive. So between the two nights, I thought they were enjoyable. If I had to give them a rating, I'll give them like a B. If you combine both the nights, I'll give it like a B. They were enjoyable nights of pro wrestling, or morning, depending on whenever you watched them. So I know coming up, the New Japan Cup's coming up soon. We're going to have the anniversary show. You're going to have the world champion versus junior heavyweight champion, which is going to be Naito versus Sho. That's okay. Anyway, that's interesting, but thank you for checking out this New Japan New Beginning and Sapporo review. It's your boy, Bluntzy Naito, El Toro Negro, the human LIJ Cat. I already said that one. It don't matter. Superhuman LIJ Cat, man. Like I said, Super Shiaku, if I even said it before, I don't care. But I'm going to holler at y'all later. Like I said, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Y'all take it easy. Peace.